Trying to save can sometimes feel like trying to empty water out of a sinking canoe. Every time you get a little money put away, an unexpected bill or expense eats up all your hard work. You might not feel there is a lot of wiggle room when it comes to your weekly budget, but there's a big difference between your needs and your wants. So how do you tighten the purse strings and start saving more money? Welcome to Mindnificent. In today's video, we're going to go through 10 things we can stop wasting our hard-earned money on and start saving for real. Click that subscribe button if you want to be smarter with money and learn all the things about getting rich. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Number 1. Banking fees and credit cards. According to a survey conducted by My Bank Tracker, 53.8% of people will see a penny on the ground and not bother to pick it up. The same people probably never check their bank or credit card statements. In today's hyper-financial world, every bank and credit company is vying for your business. We're offered generous lines of credit, convenient and instant banking, as well as a range of loans for what seems like a great deal. Don't get me wrong, most of these services are super useful, if not necessary in today's world. But if you're not vigilantly checking your statements and you don't understand the basic principles of interest, you're basically throwing money away. You'd be shocked at the amount of monthly fees, exit fees, hidden costs, interest, and even errors you may have incurred. You may want to talk to your bank about consolidating your debt, especially when it comes to credit cards. High interest rates are a huge burden, and most of us only ever pay the bare minimum. A strategy sure to keep you in debt for longer. Number 2. Gym memberships. It's the classic story. New Year's rolls around and we are all pumped up for a workout. We join the gym for our newly found resolution, but like always, life gets in the way. Instead of being consistent, we stop going but never get around to canceling that gym membership out of some misguided belief we'll somehow get remotivated. Unless you are going 5 to 6 times a week, you are wasting in excess of $700 per year. Now, that's a lot of money. In an article published by The Hustle in 2019, they reported that 63% of memberships go completely unused, and 82% of gym members go to the gym less than once per week. So rather than paying a gym the privilege of sweating it out in their clubhouse, think of all the ways you can work out for free. Walking is a fantastic full-body workout, and when it comes to weight training, technically anything heavy works. Try storage boxes or canned fruit or anything you have lying around at home. Get a buddy to keep you accountable and have fun with your friends and save money at the same time. Number 3. Impulsive fashion purchases. Did you know that some of the richest people in the world, like Bill Gates and the late Steve Jobs, wore the same thing every day? We're talking about billionaires who can literally afford anything they want but choose jeans and a $10 polo shirt. But they're not just fashion illiterate magnates. They're actually making the conscious decision to spend their money on things that will have a return on investment rather than designer outfits and extravagant clothing. Shops like Target, Walmart, and even Amazon online stores can give you exact designer replicas for a quarter of the price. According to a research paper commissioned by the University of Missouri, impulsive shoppers are driven to make these purchases because of the pleasure they think they will receive from the item. So it's not a matter of purchasing clothes, but also really assessing if you want them in the first place before the novelty wears off and you're left in debt. Number 4. Silly sales. We all love a good sale, but did you really save? Our eyes light up for that 50% off, and before you know it, you've spent $400 on items you didn't really want before. And now, that's $400 you don't have anymore. Think about all the home decor you have, or those extra 15 candles you bought because they were on sale. We tend to fill our lives and our homes with clutter, but empty our hip pocket. Buying brand new is a thing of the past. There are many hidden gems in thrift stores and vintage shops. You can grab a bargain online too. Everything from kids' toys, pre-loved clothes, electronics, and even homewares. You can save a fortune and save waste contributing to landfill. Number 5. Brands versus generic. Did you know that 80% of Americans are in debt? That's a sobering statistic. Something to think about is the small, everyday purchases at the grocery store which you might not realize are eating up your savings. With a little research, a bit of trial and error, you'll find that the majority of household items such as toiletries, batteries, cleaning products, canned fruit, and even some luxury items like cosmetics all have a generic equivalent. Now, before you raise an eyebrow, most times you're not compromising on quality. If you check the label, most generic products contain the same ingredients, with some even made in the same factory as the big-name brand. These options are often overlooked because of expensive advertising campaigns and commercials for the bigger brand. But it's not just groceries. Most medications have a generic version with the exact same active ingredient, but for a fraction of the price. Number 6. Hard copy books. You may not be an avid bookworm, but for those that do feel the occasional urge to sit down with a good book, the temptation can be to pop down to your local bookstore and pick up the latest bestseller. This may be an unpopular opinion, but new, hard copy books are a waste in every sense of the word. A waste of paper, a waste of space, and a waste of money. Now, before you freak out, I'm not saying not to read or to go out and start a book burning. I'm just saying read smarter. Firstly, the local library is full of books and it literally costs you nothing. Or if you must own your favorite novel, sites like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and eBay have a lot of cheap and free secondhand books on offer. Lastly, don't forget Audible. The new way to read is not to. You can work out and listen to a whole book at the same time. The best thing about all these tips, it not only saves you money, but you also save space as well. Book clutter is a real thing, and it can be very overwhelming for those with a collection. Number 7. Unnecessary costs. 99 cents a month for ringtones? No problems. $3.99 for that obscure cartoon streaming site? Sure thing. Then you add in Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and eHarmony, and all of a sudden you have this huge monthly bill for a whole bunch of things you only kinda need. These unnecessary subscriptions easily slip your mind, and every month your hard-earned money goes down the drain. Look into account sharing, watching on free-to-air solutions, or catching up at a friend's house for convenience. Another killer is extended warranties. Sales teams guilt you into paying for a warranty just in case something goes wrong. But is it really worth it? Would it cost you less to buy a whole new item? A television, for example. Most people don't buy a new TV every year, so a warranty on an item that is relatively stable probably isn't needed. On top of this, most people's house and contents insurance will cover a faulty or accidentally damaged television anyway. Number 8. Take away coffee. Okay, calm down. We're not saying to never buy a cup of coffee again, but some sacrifices may have to be made. According to Business Insider, you can save an average of $1,000 per year just by making your own coffee. I bet that got your attention. Now, of course, the savings depends on how much coffee you drink, what type of coffee you buy, etc. But it's a great way to start saving money nonetheless. Buying a coffee machine isn't as expensive as you might think, and in the long run, you can have it anytime you want, and you don't even have to get out of your pajamas to get your caffeine fix. You could forgo your daily double shot from the cafe on your way to work in exchange for a home-brewed cup of awesome. You can even use your favorite mug or travel cup. Oh, and a bonus tip, freeze any unwanted coffee in ice cube trays to add to homemade iced coffees. Try making an extra pot, let it cool in the fridge, and add some ice cream or pour on a warm shot for an affogato. Saving money never sounded so delicious. Number 9. Bottled water. This one's a biggie. Although we are blessed to live in a country that has fresh drinking water right from our taps, we still choose to buy bottled water. Seems crazy when you can essentially get it for free, right? I know what you're thinking. The water from the tap isn't pure or blessed from a Himalayan spring in Colorado, but consider these statistics. According to Statista, each American drinks an average of 45.2 gallons of bottled water per year, with over 80% of the waste products ending up in landfills. For every 6 bottles of water bought, only 1 is recycled, posing a massive problem for the waterways and the environment. Plastic bottles take over 1,000 years to decompose, and microplastics in the ocean are reaching dangerously critical levels. So, what's the alternative? You can buy a water filter for about $30 that can produce a clean, high-quality H2O almost infinitely, saving you thousands over its life. Number 10. Food and drink. We all need to eat, but the million-dollar question is, do we need to eat that? And do we need to eat that much? According to official statistics, Americans spend over $270 billion a year on fast food. All the overpriced lunches, quick burger snacks, and refill sodas begin to add up. Not just when it comes to your bank balance, but your waistline and overall health as well. But it's not just the food we eat, but the food we don't eat as well. Food wastage is a huge issue worldwide. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, between 30 to 40% of our food ends up being thrown away, corresponding to over 133 billion pounds of food worth over $161 billion. The best way to limit our wastage is through a food plan. Organize weekly meal plans and purchase only what you need to prepare your food in advance. Think of all the times you went in the grocery store to get just one thing and walked out with 7 different flavors of ice cream. Be wise, make extra food and freeze for convenience. Take leftovers to work for lunch the next day and take snacks with you to the park or on outings. We're not saying never go out for dinner again, but if you cut back and only go out only on special occasions, you will be surprised how much you will save. That's all we have time for today. Which of the above money hacks would you apply in real life? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please click on that subscription and bell notification button because more magnificent content is on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.